All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is May the 3rd, 2024, and I just received a letter from this law firm, okay, that represents the Tacoma Park police officers who arrested me. Look how long it takes for mail to get to me from Baltimore. This come from this law firm right here, but it's mailed out and I'm just getting it. Okay. But that's the terrorist law firm. Now look at here. Now this is, it's a 4-3 right here, file 4-3. And then this thing says this was mailed out April 8th from this law firm, but they filed it on May 3rd. Look how long they held it. And then they just, see what they do? This is how corrupted this system of justice. This is why I tell you people, hold on to all your paperwork and look it over closely. I just got this letter yesterday, Friday, May the 3rd. They filed this on April the 3rd, 2024. They dropped it to the United States Post Office April the 8th. Why not put it in the mail the same day you filed it? You held on to it. Corruption all over the place, y'all. Well, let's get back to this. It is what it is. All right. This is the case where the two police officers or two terrorists conspire with Enterprise employees to try to get a disorderly conduct. And when they couldn't do that, when I called the little Russian a bitch, he jumped out of his car and locked me up for disorderly conduct, y'all. Y'all saw the video. All right. I sent one to the lawyers. I sent one to the court. Now, this is what they wrote. This is their arguments, right? After I filed my motion to strike their smoke and mirror words. And here we go again. It's the same. This is why I say lawyers should be separated from the courts. And you citizens should know and educate yourselves on the law. Now look at their argument. I want y'all to look at this argument and go back and look at the other argument that the Attorney General of them wrote. This tells you just how corrupt these individuals are and how they stick together. These people argument from this law firm, it mirrors the Attorney General's argument. You know, they're not saying that constitutional rights were violated. They're saying that I'm arguing the same thing. What am I filing a complaint on? That you did something wrong. Now look at this. I'm gonna go slow. Plaintiff's motion or evidence contradicting Tacoma Park defendants. How in the world am I contradicting these defendants, these two police officers who got caught in on their own body cameras, who muted their body cameras to conspire and plot a disorderly conduct, which isn't a disorderly conduct anyway, because I never, one, was on Enterprise property. I was on a public area recording, even when the clown threw the apple at me. But let's go on down here, y'all. I want y'all to finish reading. Does little more then restates the allegations. Ain't that some shit? Harass employee. How did I harass? Recording is not harassment. Saying I'm gonna be there every day to record your employees is not harassment. It's a right. The First Amendment. Because an employee allegedly threw an apple. It's not alleged. The bitch threw the apple at me. As many times have I walked by this enterprise, I never had a problem with him until this bitch threw this apple at me. And I threatened to return. Is that a threat to tell somebody you're going to return? Everything is about a threat to these clowns. When they can try to manipulate a system, they'll use whatever it's a threat to tell somebody you're going to return and record them until you fire this whore that threw that apple at me or discipline him. I was tried and convicted of disorderly conduct. Ain't that some shit, y'all? Listen to me. Read this again. Returned every day and was tried and convicted of disorderly conduct in the District Court of Montgomery County. Ladies and gentlemen, I came before a corrupted judicial system in the District of Columbia. District Court of Montgomery County. Who is a defendant in this case, a corrupt judge, denied me a jury trial. Okay? Fruit of the poison tree. Anything past that is irrelevant. Okay? He found me guilty, gave me a ridiculous sentence of 2 years supervised probation, which I didn't go to. First he gave me 60 days in the county jail for engaging in my constitutional rights, filming on a sidewalk. Then he struck all that and gave me 2 years supervised probation, which I didn't do. Then, when they found out that I wasn't bucking and I didn't have a problem, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring some light to y'all. You know, you can't scare me with this lockup shit. Been there, done that. The next day after my trial, I went right back to this courthouse looking for this terrorist judge so that he could put me in the county jail. So that every day I sat there will be $1 million for illegal imprisonment. All I wanted was him to make a decision of giving me my jury trial or going forward, which he did do, go forward before a corrupt judicial system. And now these bitches want to hide behind immunity with the Attorney General's office. But here we go again. And let me tell y'all something. I'm not mad. I speak like this for real. If you look at all my things, I'm passionate about what this country is going to. And this country is going to another civil war in this country because people are getting fed up with this shit. If you don't believe me, look what's happening on the campuses about the shit that's going on in the Middle East. Why the fuck are we worrying about the Middle East when we got problems here in this country? Why are we bringing people in this country who ain't did a damn thing for this country and we're paying our hard-earned money to them? But getting back to my shit, because I ain't going to get off on that because I got other shit. We'll talk about that later. But I'm passionate about our system of justice who has become a whore because of corrupt individual. And it is time we put these corrupt people out there. This bitch ass judge sat on the bench, looked me in my, he couldn't look me in my face. Every time I looked at him, because I knew he was violating my right. He wasn't man enough to look me in my eye. Gave me a ridiculous thing. And now here this bitch ass